When Alfa Romeo brought out the 159, the launch venue was Munich, BMW's home patch. The implication is that Alfa finally has a car that can take on the all-conquering 3 Series. Tough talk, but can the 159 live up to it? There are 3 petrol and 2 turbo diesel engines with 4, 5 or 6 cylinders and outputs ranging from 150 to 260 horsepower. In true Alfa fashion, the petrol engines sound glorious and thrive on revs. But given that most 159s will be used as company cars, the diesels will be the dominant sellers. Of the two, the 1.9 is so strong there's little reason to look beyond it. Alfa Romeos have not always taken kindly to British roads, so it comes as a pleasant surprise to find that the 159 drives really well. Refinement is terrific, and it also rides most surfaces comfortably, though there is the occasional clunk from the suspension. It isn't as rewarding as a 3 Series on twisting roads, mainly because body movements aren't as well controlled, but it grips the road strongly and steers accurately. Alfa's small saloons have traditionally been exactly that. Small. Rear passengers would be the first to complain. The 159 is different though. It's not class-leading, but 4 adults will be able to settle in comfortably, and there's a reasonably sized, if not exactly well-shaped, boot. The 2-way steering adjustment could do with a longer telescopic movement, but otherwise there's little wrong with the driving position. You start the car by pushing a card into a slot and hitting a button. All very sporty, if a bit unnecessary. The rest of the dash is fuss-free though. We particularly like the big, bold instruments and clearly labelled switches. So far so good, and there's cheery news on prices too. The Alfa undercuts its German competition. Thereafter, things aren't always so positive. Fuel economy and company car tax ratings are no better and sometimes worse than those of the major competition. Other running costs are on the high side. Then there's the spectre of heavy depreciation, which has been the bane of Alfas for years. That's one thing that will have to be reversed if the 159 is to fulfill its potential. Too often, Alfas have relied purely on style to win buyers. When the initial attraction wore off, and sometimes that didn't take long, the car's faults began to dominate your attention. The 159 appears to have substance to back up the style though. This is a car that seems capable of standing its ground against the Germans, but only if Alfa can offer similar levels of customer service and get resale values up to something like the same level.